Now here to chilly and wet Iowa and America's election headquarters in depth tonight. The first big indicator of where the presidential race is headed. The caucuses are now in sight, and potential caucus goers are starting to focus on what's at stake and who should represent the GOP in November. We talked with several Iowans today about where they are, what matters to them, and the prospect for change in the final weeks.
I would say the economy is my #1 issue. When the economy is strong, everyone's working, everyone's happy.
Chris Hahn is a single regional sales manager. He was an independent, but registered Republican, so he could take part in his first caucus. So who are you leaning towards?
Donald Trump.
Really? Why?
Personally, I think out of the 13 presidential candidates who are running, I think he's the most qualified. Throughout his career, I think he's accomplished the most. And what really attracts me about Trump is he's built many successful companies throughout his lifetime. His tax policy really attracts me. I like the fact that he wants to lower taxes, not just on corporations, but also on small businesses, like these local mom and pop shops, to down to 15%. That being said, because right now we're about 35%. If you lower the corporate tax rate, it will generate more revenue for businesses, and as a result, they're able to reinvest that money and hopefully stimulate the economy.
So you think he gets it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Are you going to take a nap today?
I would love to take a nap today. Right now, the most important issues to me are economic issues. National security is huge. That is very important to me.
A.J. Kelly and her husband Barnes just welcomed their daughter Georgia into the world 3 weeks ago. It's A.J.'s third time caucusing.
Education is a huge issue that's important to me, especially now, being a new mom. Growing up in Iowa, education has been so important. When I was growing up here, it was a great place to get a public education. It has since declined, so any leadership too that can really reform education is important to me.
Is there one candidate who's kind of you're on to now?
A lot of good candidates. I have decided that if the caucuses were today, I would be supporting Ted Cruz. He seems to have the support needed to get the nomination and beat the Democrat. I want someone who's a viable candidate. He's also very principled. He gets a lot of heat from the media, and he's able to take a stand for the issues and his policies. He doesn't back down, he doesn't change his mind. So that makes me think that once he gets to Washington, he'll be able to implement those changes.
Your turn.
Issues like the national debt and the massive deficits that have been racked up, those are serious concerns for me. National security is a very huge concern for me.
Grant Menke and his wife Susie have 3 sons. Grant used to be a staffer for Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley, but now he works for the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association.
I am still, I am not 100% set. Right now, Senator Rubio and Governor Christie are really interesting to me. I like Governor Christie's command of the issues. I like the fact that I think he would be a great president during a crisis. I think he's demonstrated that. And for Senator Rubio, I like the fact that he is energetic and positive and engaging, has done very well in the debates, is very articulate, has a great command of both domestic and foreign policy. So those are the 2 that are rising to the top for me. But in 2012, I caucused for Newt Gingrich, and if you would have had this conversation with me at that time in 2012, he would not have been at the top of my list.
In other words, you have possibly could change.
Yes. Yes.
Grant says rural Iowa factors heavily in the caucuses, and farming issues still play a significant role in this state.
The FFA enrollment, Future Farmers of America, is at an all-time high. The enrollment at ag colleges is at an all-time high. So we have people who are looking at agriculture not just as a fallback career, but as an opportunity to make a great living, to continue to live a rural lifestyle. And so folks are really looking at agriculture and renewable fuels policy as an important issue.
Hi, Christina. This is Amber with Remax. How are you?
Being a real estate agent, obviously it's really important to keep our economy flowing, keep things going. Obviously we're in a huge deficit. It's scary, that we're passing that along to the next generations.
Ambria Luchahan is a real estate agent. She and her husband Justin are taking part in their second caucus, and are actually going to help run their precinct. Have you found a candidate that fits kind of where you are?
I have. I'm a big Ben Carson fan. We're definitely supporters of him.
You and your husband?
Yes. Got a chance to meet him, it's been probably about a year and a half ago before he had announced his candidacy. Just really liked what he had to say, super genuine, not politically correct, just likes to speak to the people, and have had a chance to meet him a few times since then and love what he has to say.
And how do you think he's doing here?
I think he's doing well. He spiked for a while. Poll numbers are down a little bit, but I think that's to be expected. It's early. Obviously, we've seen before in the Iowa caucus. I think him just getting out and talking to the people in Iowa, letting them hear what he's all about is going to be really important. So when he is our nominee, they'll vote for him, obviously, against Hillary, which is the most important part.
Most of the people we talked to today who had reached a decision on a candidate to caucus for had only reached that decision in recent days. Several said they could change their minds in the next 3 weeks after the next 2 debates on FBN next week and on FNC right here in Des Moines on January 28th, 3 days before the caucuses. So is Iowa the be-all, end-all? No. And these caucus goers say that, they know that. But this year, it could end up winnowing the field significantly and could shake up the race momentum-wise going forward.